Did you bring some fish?
That is quite logical, Captain.
Where shall I strike?
Test your might. Test your might.
Get it out! Get it out!
Test your might. Test your might.
Your mother was a bird! You smell like a leopard! You are not
And welcome to the Geek Card, show 136. I am, of course, Razerbug, and with me is the wonderful Robbie Glow,
Hello.
as we experiment with a slightly new format this time around.
Well, recording
well.
format.
Recording format, yes, indeed. This show will unfortunately just be a short form show. We had not managed to record last week owing to technical difficulties. We and most of the rest of the internet had some problems. We were caught up in the Cloudflare outage that took down things like Facebook and Twitter, and unfortunately Discord, which we had decided to start using to record with that very week. So due to technical issues, we weren't able to keep me in a call for more than sort of 5 minutes at a time without either dropping or Discord quitting on me. So,
But the good thing
So
is
that was
that
fun.
we managed to test that it worked.
we did, and if you're hearing this now, then we have recorded for the first time in Discord rather than how we recorded previously. Yes, I am. I nearly said I am Robbie. That's not right. I'm losing it. I am Razerbug. He is Robbie, and we had a geeky week. Robbie,
We did.
we had 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Well, first of all, I had a lot of fun trying to learn how to use OBS and Discord to get it to talk to each other and record.
That
So
sounds like fun.
That was considered quite geeky. Well, I had to get technical help via Raven. So,
Nice.
yeah, because the show previous you had technically done live.
Yes, we had.
So 'cause that was the one that I wasn't part of because I needed a week off.
Yes. Yes, we were live on the Girls Gone WoW stream, which was thoroughly confusing for some people because when they start their stream, it auto tweets out that the Girls Gone Live show is going live, which it wasn't.
Potentially, we got a lot of new listeners.
we could have done indeed. We talked all things Star Trek Disco, which was a lot of fun. And so if you missed that, go back and have a listen.
It was a very, very good show. I thoroughly enjoyed listening to that.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Because I actually, in the time since then, I have actually finished the show. So there was that. That was the reason. One of the reasons I couldn't be part of that show because I hadn't finished watching it. So it would have been a bit weird.
It was horrifically spoilery. So yes.
So I was quite sensible to wait until after that had gone, because even though I had edited it, because of the way that Raven recorded, I literally just had to top and tail the show. I didn't have to go through any of the problems of having out of sync audio. So I was thinking, this makes my job a lot easier. Maybe I should do this. and this is the result. In the time I wasn't doing the show, I was enjoying the new WoW content, which we won't talk about too much because I know you and your partner haven't done too much of it yet.
No.
But it's very pretty.
It is.
It's very pretty, and I get lost a lot.
Yes, you do, and I do as well, and everybody does.
And I found that I get reminded that I wear cloth and I'm a priest very quickly. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can't take on 5 or 6 things at once anymore, can I? No.
Not that you have a choice, because you will pull 5 or 6 things, whether you want to or not.
Yes. Oh God, right. But I have done a bit of the story, and there was some interesting. interesting new world quests. Let's put it. They've gone for a very mobile game theme. I feel for some of it.
Do you know what? I have to confess, I do really enjoy the Candy Crush game in it.
Is that the ley line one, or is that the puzzle?
No,
box?
it's the destroy 25 purple.
Oh yeah, I like that one. And
The ley line one is really
the uncross it and make it into patterns that don't cross each other's lines. That confused the hell out of me for the first time I did it, and then I was like, oh, okay, I get it now. And then also, have you done the jumping jellyfish one?
No.
Oh, you're gonna have fun there. It's basically Dalaran Academy Part 2 with the bubbles. Trying to get to that one point that you can't quite get to.
Oh God, no! I did not enjoy that.
Yeah, but I haven't got flying yet because I'm not like most other people that play the game that we know, and I can't sit there for 8 hours a day at a weekend doing it. I just can't.
I don't have flying either for the same reason, but I did get very upset by it because when I looked at what I needed to do, I thought it just said Pathfinder Part 1 and then explore the 2 new areas. Yeah. So I ran around exploring the areas, and it said, it dinged that I'd explored Najatar, and then dinged that I'd explored Mechacon. And I thought, yay, I've got flying, and then I realised, oh, sugar, you need
There's that
refuge.
Tiny little line above it that didn't
have
anything to sort of, they trolled us a bit. But that was wow. I've been on a bit of a movie binge, and I actually have to add a movie into the show notes. Hang on, give me a second.
How exciting!
I've seen the new Men in Black International film.
Awesome.
I've seen Toy Story 4.
Awesome.
And I watched Umbrella Academy on Netflix. I binge watched it. I watched all of it
it's that good, isn't it?
I was on the night that you did the live show. I was house sitting, dog sitting / house sitting for a friend.
Right.
And I was like, oh, what am I going to do? Okay. Umbrella Academy. Oh, I'll watch the first episode. I'm not 100% sure. And then I got 30 minutes in. I was like, oh, God, this is good. I thoroughly enjoyed this. So, yes, excellent. Because first time I actually heard about it was when we were at a house party, if you remember.
Yes. Yeah, that was the first time I heard about it as well.
And someone turned up late and said, I'm sorry I'm late, I was binge watching Umbrella Academy. I was like, do tell me about this Academy of Umbrellas. It sounded a bit like an anime when I first heard about it. And then I was like, oh, okay, this is quite cool. I might go later down the line. And 3 months later, I've watched it now. But have you seen the Men in Black film, the new one?
No, I haven't.
I would, but it might annoy you a little bit.
Okay.
And have you seen Toy Story 4?
I have not.
I would thoroughly would thoroughly recommend going to see that, especially for the spork that has an existential crisis.
Okay.
And definite millennial / our age humour with how we view the world right now.
Nice.
So yeah. But what else was I watching on Netflix? Oh, I've been watching the Disappearance of Madeleine McCann.
Oh, right.
That was really hyped up as sort of a crime docu-series thing.
Right.
But the episodes are quite intense, so I've only been able to watch like 2 of them in like the past 2 weeks because it's quite heavy going.
I imagine it is, yeah.
And there's some really interesting things in that, but obviously I'm not going to talk about that here. But if you're into sort of crime docu-series, real crime story things, I'd give that a go. And finally, I don't have a problem with an internet service provider anymore.
Hooray!
Because I cut my cables quite literally with Virgin Media. I thoroughly almost threw the box out the window when I did it. And I was very happy when I got an offer for unlimited 4G data for a reasonable price. And I thought, I'll just look around for some 4G routers. Oh, there's a 4G router that looks exactly like the router that I already had. Nice. I will have that. And I plugged it in, and I have not had a disconnect since.
Oh, cool.
So if you're vaguely rural and have access to 4G, I'd thoroughly recommend trying to find a way to get a SIM-only plan and a router. So yes, do that.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Well, I am unfortunately still suffering with unreliable RAM and blue screens and all that joy because Corsair have become absolutely fucking useless. They after basically going backwards and forwards for 3 weeks trying to take advantage of their lifetime guarantee on their RAM, they've now linked me to 2 different links where I should go to register my return, and they'll process it. Except both times they've done this, it's bounced me back with an Apache 503 or 500 error. It's like, oh, for crying out loud, this you're supposed to be one of the world's leading technology companies. Can you please sort out your own Apache server?
Yeah.
So that's poor on their front. I'm seriously considering whether I'll buy Corsair products in the future. Yes, I did some WoW, did some of the new content. Don't like Najatar in the slightest. The whole thing feels like another Timeless Isle, a massive, great grindathon time sink where there's very little story and you're just sort of supposed to get stuck because A, like you said, it's very, very easy to get lost, and B, you can't move 2 foot left or right without pulling 6 mobs that you have to fight. And it must be very difficult for Greece because I've been doing it in my tanking class as a paladin, and even then I've been finding I'm having to use cooldowns just to survive trash packs.
Yeah.
It's absolutely just horrendous, like storyless grind. It's at its worst for me, and a lot of people. I've said so much on Twitter, and a lot of people are agreeing and are having the same experience.
I do like Mechagun though, so
I like Mechagon. Yes.
Yeah, so I'll give them credit for that. Definitely. And obviously tonight, as of recording tonight, we are trying the new raid. So maybe it'll get some redeeming points. So
I didn't realise we were doing that. Ooh, interesting.
Have you not been checking Discord? Oh my god.
No, I haven't had time. So yes.
We are doing, is it, I've completely forgot that. Ashara's Eternal Palace.
Ooh, sounds good. I'm looking forward to that. Well, I have played most of what little story there is in Najatar, so I will hopefully not spoil myself on anything doing that.
I think from the questing to the raid, it's kind of the story is you won't spoil yourself for the lead up, I think. But obviously, if you're playing a raid when you haven't finished the content, you're going to have to treat it as a separate thing, I think. Yeah.
I'm not going to go into it here, but I'm really confused and not enjoying the new Bentic armor gear.
Oh,
system.
Yeah, the prismatic pearl bullshit.
Yeah. Shiny baubles, as I call them. Yeah, I'm really not getting that at all. And I just hope that the raid keeps dropping decent content because I don't want to have to try and work out how to efficiently use those.
Basically, do world quest until you get the prismatic pearl. Save all of the currency up and then spend it upgrading each piece of armor for 5 levels of each eye level thing. It's a pain because I've got I've got almost a full set of it through questing or whatever. And I can't get it all. I've got some of it on because obviously I've managed to upgrade it past what I had. And the rest of it's sitting in my bag waiting until I've got enough of the resources to bloody increase the eye level. So
yeah.
I'm having a bit of a mix up of all the items at the minute. So I agree. It's confusing as in what the amount, because sometimes it says it upgrades by like 15 or whatever, and then depending on the piece it could jump up to 25 for exactly the same upgrade. And
you don't know until you've spent the shiny baubles on.
There's no refunds.
No.
So
I had a piece of gear that it says spend 20 baubles on it, so I thought, right, we'll do that, and it should go up from 380 to 400. I thought, well, that's fine. I've got 390 gear on, so that'll be an upgrade. And he went up 5 levels.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, how do I get my money back for that then?
Yeah, and then it's got the thing where it's like, oh, you want to increase it like from 395 to 405. Well, that's 20 of the fuckers. Okay. At least the game was good in the way that it basically gave you a free one.
Yeah.
Obviously, you had the lead up, and then you had they basically say, "Oh, this is how our currency works. Would you like to learn how?" And you're like, "Yes, please, thank you very much." And it's like, "Go and talk to." I keep calling them the transmog people, but they are an actual race, ethereals. And it's like, "Oh, there's an ethereal here. Have you always been here? Did you come with us? Where did you come from? What's going on?" Yeah.
So yes, my big thing that I've been doing recently is getting back into Pokemon Go.
I've noticed.
Yeah,
Do you know how I've noticed?
because I've sent you gifts every day.
Exactly.
Well, I've got a much longer walk to and from work now, so I get some time to use it then.
Yeah.
But also, I'm liking the fact that all the bugs are not in it, as we discussed previously. But also liking the sort of quests and friend system and things like that. There's kind of like reason to be doing what you're doing.
It's encouraging, isn't it?
Yeah, and I added a couple of people from our raid, our Discord channel, and they're. I think one of the friends I added is in South Africa, so you actually get to see some really interesting Pokestops where people send you gifts. And
is that Senya?
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
And I put a shout out to some friends I know played it back in the day, and some of them are still playing, so I've added them. And added my partner, obviously, she's back playing it again as well. So we actually, and I think we're almost at the level where we can start doing remote battles. So that'd be fun. I'll see how the player battles work.
I have one IRL friend who I've got enough of I guess it's like a reputation. What is it called? Friends.
You are now exalted with Robbie.
Exactly. That's exactly how I think of it as,
Yeah, yeah.
I've got it enough that we've managed to do a few of them, and they're quite fun. I mean, it's basically just a raid battle against someone you know. That's all it is. But it's quite fun. I mean, I still haven't caught a shiny. I'm quite disappointed.
I got my first one. I got a shiny Lugia, which was really cool. It's like white and red.
Shiny legendary. Okay.
Yeah, that was my first shiny, and it was a shiny legendary. So I was very pleased with that. And then I thought I'd caught a shiny Meowth because it was blue.
You got an Alolan one, didn't you?
I got an Alolan one, yes. And I've had a few of those now, not just Meowth, but Alolan versions. And they confused the heck out of me because I managed to evolve a Alolan Golem.
Oh, yeah, with the electric.
Yeah, and it's like, hang on a minute. What do you mean it knows thunder? It's a stone Pokemon. It can't a rock Pokemon. It can't know thunder.
I think in Alola, the lore is that they're volcanic rock.
Right. Okay.
So there was that one. The one that always got me is Alolan Executor because it doesn't fit on the fucking screen. Yeah,
the long necks, as I called them. We went long neck hunting for a while.
Which is part dragon. Okay, cool. I don't understand why.
Of course it is. It's part tree, part dragon.
Yeah, please explain that one. Anyone? I've read up on Pokedex lore. I still don't get it. Please help.
Although, to be fair, this is the Pokemon whose original evolution was from a bunch of eggs into a tree.
Yeah, which has coconuts.
So it never made a lot of sense to start with.
It went from eggs to coconuts. So
yeah, it only really made sense because eggs and coconuts are vaguely the same shape.
That's what it was.
Yeah. So yeah, I think we maybe trying to read too much into this.
Oh, I like your show note for the last one you put because I did exactly the same thing.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I thought I'd done something really stupid, and then I googled it and realized the whole of the internet had done something stupid. So I felt better then.
One letter makes a big difference.
Yes. So I heard the news that Halle Bailey had been cast as Little Mermaid. I have to say, I have no idea who Halle Bailey is, but I've looked at some pictures and I can see how she would really fit the role. Yeah. On the other hand, I say heard, I actually read, and being dyslexic, I managed to flip words around. I read that Halle Berry had been cast in the role. And so for a whole week, I'm sitting there thinking, well, I don't mean to judge, but I think she's probably a little too young to play Ariel, because isn't Ariel supposed to be like 16 years old?
And Halle was in a Bond film.
Yeah, and I literally went a whole week before I saw someone put a picture up of Halle Bailey and went, that's not Halle Berry. And then read it again. I was like, oh, you muppet.
I do like the meme going around that's basically the tag is something along the lines of it's okay, hear me out. ...
Yeah.
And it has a picture of a Disney character next to a picture of a person, and then it's basically just like, this would be a serious consideration for this Disney character should they ever do a real life version of it. And then one of them was, I think, Ursula and Danny DeVito.
I saw that, but I thought for Ursula that Eddie Izzard would be really good at it.
Yeah.
I think I could see him really going for that role. The one that made me laugh was one that said "Hear me out," and it was the Prince next to Kirsten Stewart.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, the idea was just it would cause mass butthurt and heat.
There was one of Scarlett Johansson next to Prince Eric as well.
Well, I'd definitely be up for that.
Because she gets all the roles, including ones that aren't even specifically for her. Like
that's kind of ironic though to use that in this instance because this is racist.
Twitter went mental, and I'm just like, at what point are they going? Oh, okay, so you're having a problem with the casting of Little Mermaid. A, she's a mermaid, and they don't exist in real life. And B, wouldn't what's the other one? Oh.
My favourite one was the Little Mermaid was originally a Danish or a
it's a Danish novel.
Yeah, and therefore everyone in it had to be white. And I was like, there are people of different skin colours in Denmark, right?
Yeah,
that probably always have been for a very long time.
Exactly, and it. Unfortunately, it went on Twitter. It got to a point where people were starting to not slag off things, but they were essentially going, "Oh, I can't wait until they realise ... The funny one that got me was, I can't wait until they get angry at Ursula not being cast as a purple woman. And then the one that was a bit more serious that I kind of went, "Oh," with a bit too on the nose, was I can't wait for all these white people to go mental over the casting of Jesus as a blonde white man.
Yeah, that's true.
Damn. But yeah.
Yes, King of the Jews. The clue is in the title.
Jesus of Nazareth from Judea. Oh dear. Anyway.
So yes, that was Twitter. Let's step away from all of that nonsense. So you were talking earlier about your 4G joys. What's going on with the extra G in this first story?
So we had back in the last show we did together, we were talking about how 5G was rolled out, and BBC had done the first broadcast using 5G. And all that sort of thing. And then it got to, it's now being rolled out properly, as in, you can buy the SIMs and the data plans and whatever. And ironically, I having to go back to Twitter for this, but I saw an interesting thing that said, from Ben Wood, who said, the new Vodafone UK Unlimited Max tariff at £30 a month is a real headache for its rivals. For example, EE charged £32 a month for a 5G tariff that only offers 20 gigs of data, plus a swappable benefit that zero rate some content. For example, like Netflix would be not part of your data plans. It would be free downloads or whatever you want to call it.
Right.
And then it's got troublesome for 3 UK too, who have differentiated on unlimited to date, and and 3 used to have a big problem with the 3G market. Because they used to offer the classic unlimited text, unlimited data, unlimited minutes package. And then they backed down from that when 4G came out, reinstated it again, backtracked on it again, and now they're going full out, now that 5G's around the corner, saying 4G is £20 a month for unlimited da-da-da-da-da. And it's so they're differentiating because they've not committed fully to unlimited. But I think this is the point. With 5G, well, this is my point, I should say. With 5G technology and capacity upgrades in terms of infrastructure, are data capacity contracts necessary? Go.
No, I don't think capacity ones limits are. I think I could see how they could charge for different speeds, especially with 5G, doing better than some broadband in some areas. So I can see them capping that way, but I have to say when they originally dropped the data caps and started offering those on limited plans, they felt like there was a real sort of surge in goodwill from customers towards companies, and I don't think that going backwards on this is gonna help. I think they're going to annoy people who got used to having unlimited 4G if they start limiting the 5G.
I know people that don't have a separate internet. What's the word I'm looking for? Means of having internet other than their mobile. So I can see unlimited is a big thing for some people now. Well, and for me at this point, for a different reason.
I'm thinking that if they do an unlimited 5G, it might be faster than the internet service in the house we're moving into. So it might be more sensible.
The 5G router plan.
Yeah, exactly.
Getting a quote unquote broadband style router that just plugs in a 5G router SIM.
Yeah. Exactly. I mean, as long as we're in a good enough signal area.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's all I've found is like as long as I've got decent signal, my ironically being powered by a company that uses 3 is faster than Virgin Media ever was for me, and that's on 4G. So, I can't imagine how good 5G is going to be in terms of that. In fact, I was actually getting to the thought in my head when I was researching for this. When I was talking about rural communities in general, how maybe having mobile data would be ways for them to have full-speed broadband. I wouldn't be surprised if this is then going to start going countrywide, where the policy is over-the-air broadband.
Well, yeah, I mean, in countries where it's too expensive to lay down actual physical infrastructure, especially if it's new infrastructure, like for example, India or Africa, where the vast distances means that they're having problems rolling out sort of copper or fiber. A lot of over the air stuff is the main way they get their data. So I wouldn't be surprised if the same happens here, because if we're getting, say, I don't know, I'm in an urban environment, so I'm getting like 70 100 megabit a second from fiber in the ground. I'm moving out somewhere it's still urban, but it's further out from the city centre. If the speeds there are sort of 50 or 60 megasecond and 5G is offering 90, well, then why bother getting out of a fiber? I'll just get it from 5G. But again, it's all going to be dependent on signal coverage. So
I mean, if EE had marketed this as an introductory thing, right, where it's like, so for these cities where we can't roll it out all the time, we're offering unlimited 4G with the 5G SIM. And then as soon as it's available, going into this plan, how would you think that would go?
I think that would go down very well, actually. And I think, with my cynical hat on, I think they could then take their time about rolling it out, because they know that the customers are being served with an adequate service with 4G. And so, you can almost then, when you are ready to switch over to 5G, let their potential speed increase. But if they don't actually make use of it, then, because really, unless you're trying to download large files, in quick time, that's not right. Unless you're trying to quickly download large files, and I'm talking sort of gig or two, then once you get above sort of 40, 50, maybe even 20 megasecond, you don't really notice it in terms of streaming services. So, iPlayer, Netflix, Hulu, etc. If you've got 20 megasecond, you're not really going to notice any difference, because you're going to be streaming 1080p comfortably anyway. So, they might say, on the new 5G service, you can get up to 90 megasecond, but actually monitor how users are using it. And if they find that they really don't need to serve them much faster than, say, 60 or 70, they can utilize that bandwidth elsewhere while the customer still has a great experience.
It's interesting because just as I was looking at the tweet, Ben Woods actually put up a new one where Vodafone UK have now installed 5G routers into 5G masts into Newbury Town Centre, and he's currently gone round with us with the photo of like the speeds he's getting, like varying from the route from where he's standing close to the mast to like on the bus and so on, and it's at 320 down.
Wow,
So
that is amazing.
yeah.
Yeah, that would definitely be faster than fibre optic broadband.
It is a shame though, because not Virgin Media, for fuck's sake, it's on my brain. Vodafone UK do offer a 5G broadband SIM thing, but it is £50 a month. And there's I don't think I think that's just the SIM. I think I will just have to double check that. It says 5G home broadband. It's £50 up front and £50 a month. So I'd reckon that must come with like some form of router, right? If
You'd hope so for that. Yeah.
I will just double check their actual website because I'm interested in that. Well, I'm not interested in buying it. I'm interested to see.
The thing is, I mean, any of this is all going to get cheaper as things go on and as competition increases, and also, until we've got handsets that can take advantage of 5G, it's kind of like great getting excited, but
I did find it really funny when I was at the cinema and it was like, oh, they have the adverts and it's like the new Samsung Galaxy S10. I'm like, hang on, there's already an S10. What? And then it's like, oh, it's now available in 5G. And I'm like, okay, fair enough. But the thing that is, it's one. Okay, you might not like this. So the Vodafone 5G broadband is something called a gigacube, which is essentially an Alexa and a Huawei router built into one.
Oh, good. Two things I really want in my life: Alexa and a Huawei router.
Yes, and so at the minute, an 18-month contract is £50 a month, and a 30-day one is ridiculous. Okay, it's essentially the so for an 18-month one, you pay the upfront £50, but if you want a 13-day rolling contract, which is still £50 a month, you have to pay £325.
Yeah, that's a chunk of change.
Yeah, a little bit, and the fact that it's a Huawei model, would that concern you? Yeah, I mean, I would. That would be a deal breaker for me. I think I get to see enough of the sort of infosec stuff and security tech blogs and that sort of thing that I don't think I'd want all my data going through that. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, did you see the thing on Twitter yesterday about how you can get NHS advice via Alexa soon?
Yes, I found that hilarious.
Did you see that? I retweeted.
Was that the one by any chance where it was like...
it's like, I'm having a heart attack. Art Attack is a 90s children's TV
show. That was the one, yeah.
It's like, Alexa, my arm is sore. New alarm set for 4. And then the last one that got me about that was, Alexa, for the love of fuck, call me an ambulance. Thank you. I will now refer to you as an ambulance.
Yeah, I loved that. It was fantastic.
And when you can have like your 5G home router with built-in Alexa.
The one that got me was people saying, so Alexa being able to pull my medical records from the NHS. Have we checked GDPR compliance there?
Apparently it's the equivalent of using a Google search for why is my arm sore.
Yeah.
So it's not actually your personal ones, it's sort of like the one, is it the NHS 111?
Yeah.
I think it's that. So
I see. So it's just voice activated.
It's voice activated medical advice without phoning up a nurse that is at the end of a 15-hour shift just wanting you to fuck off because of your cold. So yeah, not that I'm saying that NHS 111 isn't a great service. I'm just saying people abuse it. But
I had to laugh. The only time I've used 111, I phoned it. Something had fallen off. I was bending down looking in the freezer. Something had fallen off, a big heavy glass Kilner jar fallen off and hit me on the head. And I didn't have a headache. I didn't have concussion or anything like that. But the metal of it had actually managed to slice a gash in my head and I was bleeding. I phoned over and I said, just had an accident. Something just hit me on the head, and there's blood coming out. Shall I just wait for the blood to stop, or is this more serious? The woman was like, so something's hit you on the head, and now there's blood coming out of your head. I'm like, yeah, that's right. She's like, go to a hospital. Go very quickly to a hospital. I was like, oh yeah, that's probably good advice, actually.
Maybe that thing that I should go and do is have this checked by a medical professional.
You could just hear her on the other end of the phone, like the voice was like, she wasn't saying it, but she was thinking it. Oh, for the love of God, go to hospital, you crazy person. So yeah, that was fun. That's my memory of World War One. So if I have to say, Alexa, something's just smacked me on the head and I'm bleeding, I want to see what it says.
Yeah, fair. Let's. Do you want to move on?
Yeah. Yes. So this is another piece of new technology in the home, but this one is a little bit, I mean, I think it's just as clever, but it's a little bit sillier. So this is the story that an inventor in the US has, Benham, an engineer, I suppose he could be an inventor as well. An engineer, Benham, has decided that he doesn't like his cat bringing in dead animals, and wanted to try and find some way of stopping that. So he decided he was going to make an AI-powered cat flap. Now, I want to stop you there. We have the usual caveat. It's not artificial intelligence. It's machine learning. But there we go. So he basically attached an Arduino, a camera, and a cellular device and a magnetic lock on, in fact, one of Amazon's deep lenses. So it's a specific...
Oh, I do like that. That is a great piece of technology, just saying.
Yeah. So he then... used Amazon's machine learning platform, SageMaker, and fed it hundreds and hundreds of images of his cat, specifically his cat. And basically, it's designed to recognize his cat and detect if his cat's got something in its mouth or not. And if it has, it won't let the cat in until the cat drops it and enters without it in his mouth. It also sends a text message to his phone, and he can then use that to see through the camera, so that he knows, his cat's out there. He also has the system set up to make a small donation to the Audubon Society. I guess that's an American society, but I had a quick look at it, and it's basically a wildlife charity. Oh, okay. So it's basically, I'm sorry, my cat has killed a small animal. Have some money, exactly. So apparently he fed this thing 23,000 images of his cat, which is like, how do you have 23,000 images of your cat? You may have a problem. But there we go.
The only thing I can think of for that point, and before you say he's a crazy man, is that it might be from webcam surveillance tech.
It could be, yeah, that's true. It could be, yeah. So to date, the cat's used the door 180 times, and has been locked out 6 times because it had a dead animal in its mouth. It only got unfairly locked out once, and by unfairly we mean the algorithm screwed up and identified it as having something in its mouth, even though it didn't. But I think this is really quite cool. It's like, This is
training your cat not to bring in dead things.
Yeah, exactly. Eventually the cat's just going to be like, oh, well, I'm not going to bother killing that thing because every time I try and take it somewhere, I can't get in.
Or they'll just take it to another house.
Or possibly, yeah.
You never know. The cat might decide it's had enough.
Well, no, because apparently, from what I've heard from cat behavioural psychologists or whatever they call themselves, catologists.
Catologists, yes.
Catologists, yeah. The cat is bringing you the dead animal because it thinks you're not capable of hunting.
You're not. It's trying to teach you to hunt, isn't it?
And so it's not going to take it to someone else's door because it doesn't give a crap about them, presumably. I mean, it's a cat, doesn't give a crap about anything, but still. So yeah, I really like this idea. I think it's a pretty cool thing, and I would I honestly think someone should make something similar to this and sell it, because I'd have one, and I think it could be a good thing in the training of cats to stop killing small animals.
Well, it would. It also might. The cat might then decide, "Oh fuck this! I'll just be an indoor cat."
Well, possibly, yeah. So, well done, Ben Ham. I like it. I think that sounds like a pretty damn cool invention.
Yeah.
I mean, all of the fact that this guy is able to design and build and program something like that. I mean, that's fantastic in the first place. So
Yeah. I mean, it's gotten to the point now that the internet could teach you anything if you put your mind to it.
Just about.
Yeah.
So actually, I think we've got just about enough time to touch on one last topic, which I picked up, and the topic is almost nowhere near as amusing as the article that the topic is written up in. So this is from Gizmodo UK, and the headline for this article is "Facebook pledges to make new crap that will probably fail."
Yeah.
This is the fact that it's off the back of dozens and dozens of other Facebook new apps, new features that are just absolutely crap. This is a new team called the MPE team, the new product experimentation team, and their new website, which is almost entirely blank and one paragraph long. The page actually says the MPE may not resonate. The stuff coming out of the MPE may not resonate with everyone. That's a quote, and also will be shut down as a result. Okay,
What?
so this is Facebook. Some notable Facebook cock-ups in the past have been Beacon, Sponsored Stories,
Yeah.
Poke, Slingshot, unused Listen with Friends. Sorry. Which was apparently a clone of another product anyway. Notify, Paper, Pars, Ticker, and Deals. I had no idea that they had launched so many failed services.
Well,
That is ridiculous.
Let's just be real. They're not Google.
No.
I mean, are we surprised? No. Are we even more surprised that they're trying to launch their own cryptocurrency? Even more, no. Is it going to fail? Of course it is.
Yeah. This article just absolutely roasts Facebook.
To be fair, the website, the quote unquote mostly blank website roasts itself. Because it says things like, it says, and we expect many will be shut down as a result. And they say, that's okay, because we believe building without fear of failure is the only way to achieve success.
The other thing that gets me is...
I don't think that's how that works.
No, that's not how that works. The other thing that gets me is that that they actually justify their own existence by saying that the new project, the new division, exists because of the many failures which happen in Facebook's normal Facebook product, and it wants to minimize disruptions to the billions of people who use Facebook apps every day.
Okay, let's go with the common denominator here.
Yes,
Facebook.
Stop making crap apps that
Basically,
don't
they're just trying to. It's going to be Facebook OS soon, isn't it? And just this is the bloatware.
Well, yeah, effectively.
Just no.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. And this is on the back of the fact that the only successful product they've managed to launch internally is apparently a system that tracks and helps to make sure it's not publicized on Facebook anything that is anti Mark Zuckerberg or anti Facebook. That apparently works really well. So yeah, well done, slow clap for Facebook, but nice roast there, Gizmodo UK. Quite liked it.
Yes. Indeed.
Alrighty then, that will have to wrap us up for this shorter than normal form show. We are on Twitter at TGC Show. You can follow us there. If you would like to comment anything for us to look at, or your opinions on the stories we've touched on, go for it on there. Please leave us a rating on iTunes or Spotify or wherever you get podcasts from. Presumably, if you're listening to this, you do get podcasts from somewhere. We are on vognetwork.com. Make sure to check them out, and all of the dozens and dozens of awesome shows, pop culture and geeky related shows over there. Check out the Girls Gone WoW raiding group.
Come and join us.
Yes, come and join us raiding. You can go to girlsgonewow.net/Discord. If you want to add me on as a friend on PkmnGo, please feel free to. You can reach out to me at RZBG on the Twitters.
You can get to me at Robbie_Glow, and I have left an honourable funny thing for people to find in the show notes.
Awesome. That will have to do is we will come to a long-form show next week with any luck. Thank you all for listening, and goodbye.
Bye.
You've been listening to The Geek Card with your hosts, Razerbug and Robbie Glow. You can find The Geek Card wherever fine podcasts are found, and on the web at thegeekcard.podbean.com. The Geek Card is a proud member of the Voice of Geeks network, where you can find other amazing podcasts like Orange Lounge Radio, Starboard Power Coupling, and Girls Gone WoW. Find out more at www.vognetwork.com.